Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Direct Strike. Today we're going to playing some weekly brawl. I think it's the same brawl I played last time, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I was thinking about doing a rerun. I'm not entirely sure if this is Commanders or if this is just normal, but it is probably Commanders. It almost always is, to be honest. But I guess we will see if this nuke guy can just load in. Maybe. Eventually. Yeah, okay. So it is today I think Mengsk. I feel like just so and I think Mengsk, at least from what I remember, he's quite a fun character to play as. You have a very strong early game, and it also translates into the late game quite well. We are going up against an Alarak though, which is not really the best, as well as the Sworn, which means I'm probably gonna lose here in the early game against him, mostly because of the Sworn drill helping him out quite a lot there. I think the more of these Dominion troopers is definitely the play here, so we can get some additional DPS. Because, you know, Alarak, he's quite chunky, especially with his supplicants. So I think this is definitely needed to be able to DPS him down. There, yeah, and he's just going with more and more of these guys. Maybe some additional Zerglings as well, because almost all of them are actually dying even before we are able to get into range or actually start fighting with him. I should probably also upgrade my Dominion troopers, since like without upgrades they are not that strong, to be honest. Like 9, 15, yeah, that's just a lot better. It doesn't cost that much either. So I definitely think it's a good trade for me. And damn, the pink guy on the enemy team just left the game. That's a very early leave, but who knows? Might spice things up a little here. That means I'm not going to keep on having to face this Alarak. But on the other hand, my Zerglings just got absolutely wrecked by those Hellbats, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it happens. Yeah, I'm just gonna slaughter this Alarak because his supplicants are tanking for some reason. I don't know why he decided to put them in front. Oh yeah, right, you can't scout. But yeah, definitely should not be doing that. It's a really bad decision. Just also, I mean, supplicants and Alarak can work, but the problem is they just don't have any damage. They just don't do it. I mean, sure, Alarak does a fair bit of damage, but like 8 every 1.2 seconds. That's just really bad. And especially against this amount of Zerglings and Dominion troopers, it's just not enough splash. These Hellbats, on the other hand, they definitely have enough splash to deal with the Zerglings, so I will be taking up here. Or maybe I will actually be going for the Aegis guards now that I think about it, because they actually deal very well, in my opinion, with the fire bats. They will be able to do a lot of damage to them. Since they are armored, after all. I will also have to get an Imperial Witness for detection against the what is it called? The Banshees, right? It seems like my other teammate is also decided to get himself some Banshees, which is Tycho's Banshees are pretty decent, I guess. You know, not amazing or anything. Or not Tycho's Banshees, Stukov Banshees. But who knows? Might work out quite well for him. And yeah, there we go. And now I think I should definitely be getting some of these Dominion troopers and get some Hailstorm launchers, the anti-air version, we'll just call them, before getting more of these Aegis guards. And we just lost our photon cannon, which is not that good for us. This is kind of really bad, actually. Yeah, these Banshees are just stacking so hard, it feels like. Really need to get some more anti-air. Probably. Or this will go downhill quite quickly. I've also been wondering about these pilot warhounds. I'm attacking a mechanical unit per volley. That seems pretty decent, no? Or maybe I think that's only anti-ground, probably. Which means it's not good for me, or it's not really useful for me. And no anti-air for my teams. I'm really gonna have to carry in that department, I guess. But my Hailstorm rocket batteries are really starting to pick up the pace now, just crushing those Banshees. But the problem is I'm really having a hard time now to spec into those other things. I really want to get like more of these Aegis guards for the Terran. Which does kinda suck, but you know, I'm saving enginery, I guess. And if a couple more of these guys, or you know what, I'll get one more Aegis guard first, and then the rocket batteries, or Hailstorm launchers. That should be fine. I have a fair bit of anti-air. Now I should definitely be able to kill off this Terran. It should not be that much of a problem for me currently, since I should be able to crush his ground forces with Aegis guards and his air forces with my Hailstorms, unless they all just get absolutely destroyed by Alarak, in which case things gets up fuck more difficult. Spacing and trying to space them out a little bit, try to make sure they don't all get absolutely crushed, but I do not think shock divisions are the way to go. Maybe Sky Furies, but Sky Furies just gets taken out by the Vikings. To be honest, they just kinda get wrecked. So I'm not really sure what the answer is here, especially to the Alarak. But it just feels absolutely crushes me, at least right now. Hopefully he will be not microing that, yes, and he's not, so he wastes it before my real units gets into range, which is very nice, and my rocket launcher is just absolutely obliterating those rat walkers. That's what you like to see, getting some nice ship damage on these banshees or duskwings, which is always a bonus. Maybe some more of these rocket batteries, to be honest. Feels like they're doing quite a good job. And the last line of Lings probably to get a little bit more tanking up in here. And then still have to decide on what heroes I want to be going for. Maybe I will actually be going for some of those Sky Furies to try to counteract these Wrath Walkers, because I do not want to deal with them very much. On the other hand, maybe just going mass Aegis Guard, so I will just be able to absolutely punch through them. Their front line could also be a good choice. I think I'll do that, to be honest. Yeah, I think that will be the play here, to try to just wipe out their front line, the Terran front line, and then just let these guys do the rest. I'm going to move this guy backwards, but I'm probably gonna have to scan a fair bit, since these Vikings are just focusing down on my detection, which is kind of irritating, to be honest. Oh well, it happens. That's just how it is. I'm gonna get slow for the Hellbats and Alarak. If you can actually slow him, I am not entirely sure, but I think you can. Should be able to. And yeah, Alarak just absolutely disappearing right there. Now we just have to wipe out this Air Force, which we do actually. Just crushes the entire air fleet, and then the Aegis Guards just stop popping off, just getting like 6-7 kills right there and doing a lot of splash damage, which is quite huge, to be honest. Doing a very good job currently. And the enemy Rainer has left the game, and the Alarak will not be able under any circumstances to hold his own right here, I don't think. And I think with that this game is over. At last I was able to punch through his front line, that really helped out. And my teammates here, I think this Apocalypse really did quite a good job. I'm not entirely sure how my Barsoom teammates has been doing. I'll be honest, haven't been looking at him too much currently, or while playing, but oh well, that's fine. This Alarak though, maybe I spoke too soon. He seems to be doing pretty decently, but no, with 3 Aegis Guards stacking, that's not good at all for him. And what is this? Damn, that game just lagged out like crazy. And yeah, I'm not able to rank this guy up, which is fine. Now I have 6 max level Aegis Guards. I have so many now. I should just be able to punch through basically anything, kind of, at the current moment. And yeah, there's really not much he can do against this. He has to fight 3 players, we have to fight 1, which gives us a huge advantage, to be honest. So yeah, it's just quite an unfortunate situation for him, and you said the Aegis Guards just going absolutely crazy, just being unkillable beasts. They're so tanky as well. 4 armor, 500 HP, 300 shields. They're just absolute monsters, especially in this kind of bio composition we have going here. They're just kind of unstoppable. but it seems like he's, with the help of his planetary fortress, able to kind of hold us off here in the apocalypse. Doing a fair bit, but seemingly not enough. And the tanks, Stuka tanks, they're good, but it doesn't seem like they have the necessary damage to kind of DPS down these Wrathwalkers. Instead, it gets kind of crushed by them. And here we go, all the High Templar, or the Ascendants, as they're called, doing a bunch of their AoE damage things. Doesn't do much against the Aegis Guards, another reason why I really like them, to be honest. But now we're starting to run out of some energy, so I'm probably going to take up to tier 3 and then just start spamming out some ultras, and that should really seal the deal, I think, on this game. Yeah. And yeah, he can't really go into air because it will absolutely destroy him if he does that. I mean, I guess the the Wrathwalkers are basically air as well, but whatever. Yeah, this amount of Aegis Guards is absolutely wipes these supplicants off the field by attacking Alarak, although it's not optimal. And then they're just they just don't die, they just stay here, just keeping on shooting. Maybe they will even be able to get another Psychic Stim Pack off it, which would be kind of amazing, I'll be honest. Yeah, now we have the Ultras. One little irritating thing is I've managed to block it off, so I won't be able to place them in the front and I start moving my Zerglings. So I guess that is what I am going to start doing here. Moving them out the way to make sure we have some space for these bad boys. Like that. And yeah, maybe that won't even be necessary. Yeah, and I'm splashing onto the next planetary fortress with my Aegis Guards, slowly chipping away, but it's probably won't be enough this time around either, which is kind of unfortunate. This guy's really holding on right now very well, to be honest, which is kind of surprising. Thought he would have fell a lot sooner, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, and I think I'll just keep it like this, something. I don't know. I don't think it matters much doesn't really matter much exactly how they're positioned. And now I'm just gonna start investing into siege tanks for some stacking, because that might be what we're missing. The Alexander is coming out here. Okay. Sure. I guess. Doesn't really make sense, but I'm guessing he just feels like we have already won this game. And it's just playing for fun, which is fair. It's a pretty fun unit in my opinion. And oh, the splash damage, but we get booped back. Jesus Christ, he's really holding on for dear life here, but yeah, this will be the end. And GG, and well played to the Alarak for holding on this long. I didn't think he would make it, but I guess he really pulled it off. And yeah, I really did quite a lot here, carrying the team on the back. Without me, I would probably say the Alarak would have had a much better chance, but he couldn't counter us all, and he probably decided to focus more on the Stukov and the Vora soon, and kinda just left me to do whatever I want, which is fair enough, and that's probably why I did so much. Yeah, GG. Thank you guys so much for watching. please like and subscribe, and check out my Twitch. There's a link in the description. I stream Mondays and Saturdays. See ya.